I was in my mid-40s.
Sure, sure.
And I said, okay, and I turned around pretending I was walking out, you know, and they said, oh, no, come on back. So I worked with them in Connecticut for 2 years. They had a really nice office downtown Bridgeport. It was the Redevelopment Association. They had big bucks, so we had a 10th floor office that we shared with everybody. And
sure.
That part was all good. What I didn't like is it's pretty formal there. Tie, jacket.
Yeah, Bridgeport, or just in that building.
You go down there in June in Connecticut and dressed up in a suit and tie. It was not fun for me.
No, and that's still the case now, Bob.
You betcha.
Yeah.
Here I'm wearing long sleeves today only because I'm here talking to you.
That's right.
Otherwise, I'd be in T-shirt
and shorts. That's right. On your bike or cruising around, flip-flops. You're probably wearing those now, aren't you?
We don't discuss that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Those are hidden. Yes, those are
out
hidden.
of view.
Out of view.
So that's...
and, of course, that was... you sold your business back in, was it the early 80s, 82, or...
Yeah, we started mid-60s.
Right.
We sold it in 82.
And you had a partner early on, but did you...
Wasn't a partner. We were associates. We went public early, so we became stockholders.
Right.
And by doing that, we were able to give stock options to our employees.
Great, yes.
So we had employees that were really eager to work. They would get there early, they'd work late, and never complain. They would do excellent work because they were owners.
Absolutely. What was that like, Bob, taking a company public? And what year was that?
Oh, that happened before I got started. The fella that I joined with, he formed a public company. Only had a handful of stockholders.
Right.
And he was losing money, lost money for 2 or 3 years. And then he decided to go into manufacturing. But he was not a design engineer. I was. That's how I got into the business. So he says, here, I got this couple of ideas, but it needs to be designed, produced. So that's what I did. I started off on the drafting board, designing products, and they worked.
Yes.
We sold them and slowly built up.
That's tremendous.
So the public funding in the beginning was really very small.
Right.
And then the stock options, the employees, myself included, my partner, the key employees, they were investing, so we have a little money there.
Sure.
But ever since the beginning, we were profitable. We made profit every year for 20 years.
Wow. And assumably it grew a little bit. That's
grew,
right.
Yeah, we were constantly growing. Yeah, we ended up 110 employees.
Is that right?
From the two of us.
In 82?
Yep.
Yeah.
We didn't want to sell because we were having fun. The company was growing. We were making money.
Yeah.
But because we didn't want to sell, the companies that wanted to buy us were more and more interested.
More aggressive, sure.
And we just said, no, we're doing too well.
Right.
And they would get more and more aggressive. I remember one incident. It's kind of embarrassing, but we wouldn't answer their phone calls, wouldn't return their phone calls. It was basically two companies got down to where they had a bidding war. And one of the companies came in with their attorneys and their three-piece suits and their briefcases, and they knocked on our door, and we set them in our small, what do you call it, reception area.
Right.
It's probably 8 by 10 feet.
Oh, wow.
That's all. And gave them bad coffee and let them sit there for 2 hours.
No.
They left furious. And we left them sort of accidentally because we got involved in some business problem that we were working. Well, a week later, the offer went way up.
Wow.
They figured, what is going on? They won't even talk to us. We come all the way from New York on that train, and spend the whole day, and they don't even say hello. So I think that might have been a factor.
Right.
And then it got to be where we were both offered contracts. We could still do the same thing.
Sure.
And get our
cash out a little bit. That's exciting.
And have our cake too.
Well, there's so much going on, of course, when you all are doing the local counseling and providing that, as you said, not too many companies that you're providing advice to are either 50 or 110 employees, but the opportunity for startups, I remember it was 3 or 4 years ago, we were in the studio, and the gentleman who was beginning to franchise his Eggs Up Grill, was it Chris or Lou Scodris, I believe? Scodris?
Well, Eggs Up Grill, as you know, is doing well.
Yes, absolutely. It was a score.
We're proud of him, right?
Absolutely. And it was open, and he opened up. I know normally you wouldn't talk about customers or clients, or Mary Ann Dame there from Bungalow Heaven, another one who came in that same filming that day.
Right. Yeah, those were our clients, people we helped that seemed to do well.
Right.
And so when we told them that they could, tell their story, of course they
got out and did it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we have several others, and probably you'll hear about them soon.
Good.
It's nice. One of the nice things about being a score counselor is when someone calls you or sends you an email that's saying, thank you so much, you really helped.
Yeah.
Then that sort of is your reward.
That must mean a lot, Bob, absolutely.
Yeah.
To see that. For the ones who do listen, as you said, oftentimes you're making the presentations or doing the one-on-one counseling. They don't have to take the advice. You're doing it for free.
Right.
And it may not even be...
And we tell them,
Sure.
We never tell them how to do the business. We show them what the options are.
Right.
And they make the decisions.
Sure.
Where they're going to go. Sometimes their direction is wrong. We don't say you're going in the wrong direction. We say, here's what's likely to happen if you continue in this direction. Mm-hmm. Is this what you want to happen?
Right.
And they say, oh, no. So,
do you still provide those opportunities like advice for franchise, folks who are thinking about franchising their business? Are there folks currently in your mix of 20 local counselors that would be able to provide advice like that? Or even for folks who want to launch internet businesses, is that something where you have folks to provide advice, or is that when you turn to your national counselors?
Yeah, there are times when I recommend to some of my clients, because he has a specific problem, a technical problem, to use our email counselors.
Right.
But we have a wide variety of backgrounds in our group, but we don't get into the technical parts of anybody's business. Mm-hmm. We talk about the business basics, reading a financial statement, cash flow statements, marketing essentials. This is the basic business stuff. That is what we do. We help write business plans. We could direct them for information on franchising, buying and selling a business,
right,
and so on, etc. But that, we never get into the technical parts. It's hard, particularly for me, being an engineer. Mm-hmm. Somebody's got an invention. It's very clever. I'm curious. I want to know more.
Sure.
But that is going out of bounds. Mm-hmm. I have to restrict my discussions, my counseling, to the business aspect of it.
That's great.
Not the technical part, even though I could maybe see right away, hey, if he just did this thing would really work a lot better.
Mm-hmm. So you can't provide that kind of advice? I can't.
We don't. No, it's part of our code of ethics, and it is also, it's wrong. If we are experts in business, we're not experts in all these technologies.
Inventions, yes.
If somebody has been working on a product and is, for years and is studying it, researching it, and we come in and tell him about it after talking to him for 10 minutes, that's presumptuous. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who the heck do you think you are?
Right.
We just can't do that. That would be an insult. Mm-hmm. Your business of how you run your newspaper. I wouldn't dream of saying anything about that. Mm-hmm. But maybe if you ask me about some marketing and financial stuff,
how to read a statement of cash flows, or
and why you should be reading them.
That's right. Why it's
in your case,
yes.
Once a week.
Is that right? Folks oftentimes are encouraged to read their...
Oh, yeah, they read them once a year when their tax accountants do.
Right, sure.
But in a lot of businesses, you have a weekly, everything comes out weekly. You've got...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you have to know you have to have a financial analysis done weekly. And now with computers, it's easy, of course.
It really is.
And if you're the owner, you should be on top of that. Here I am giving you...
No, I love it, Bob. And of course, just like you said, oftentimes it's so difficult to get folks off the dime because they were just like you, wanted to kind of sneak out of the office when you had an employee base of 50, not let folks know that, hey, I need some basic business advice.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's very difficult because a lot of business
management
owners...
advice is what I asked for, and that's what I got.
Absolutely.
This is a lot of our clients who have a business idea their mind is so fixed on the idea,
Right.
whether it's a product, a service, whatever it is. That's what they are the experts in.
Yes.
And they sort of let the business parts fall aside. And so that's all we do. We're not necessarily telling them that, they have to focus on that, but we're telling them if they don't,
Right.
this is what could happen to your idea.
I hate to say it, Bob. I have to be an advisor on time right now, and we have run out of time. And I know you had all the brochures and other things you want to show us, but we'll have to get you back another time in. Thank you so much for being with us. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Bob Goroski coming up next. Love this quote of Bob's. You've got to plan your life. You can't just do nothing. You've got to plan your life. It's a real opportunity. SCORE is making that a lot easier for so many folks, helping them plan their lives, helping them plan their businesses, plan it in the beginning, not way down the line. You heard Bob talk about it. His company had grown to 50 folks before he turned to SCORE. You've got an opportunity to make a change right now, to make a difference, to turn for business basics to a group like the Myrtle Beach SCORE chapter, mbscore.org. They serve a very wide area. The website is mbscore.org, but it's a humongous service area. Give them a call at 843-918-1079. We didn't have a chance to talk to Bob about what he's doing now, golfing, biking, kayaking, playing with his 4 grandchildren. He's doing it every day, but he's also making a difference as a counselor to America's small business.